Thank you very much. I just discovered I have a new nickname now called Wombat. Shit, never mind. We have our own little show goes on here in commercial breaks. In case you're interested, we have a nice little time. A fella comes out front, the lady comes out, there's a strip with the tassels and the whole. She's been described as rock's leading lady. A little bundle of dynamite whose rocky musical style and leather gear have brought her fame and fortune. And before I bring her out here for a chat, let's take a look at the lady in action over the years. Yeah, look at that.
Too big.
Yeah, whenever we get the sort of people that... you need, what do they call it, a mantra or something you're supposed to, aren't you supposed to do one of those prayers? So. Put your feet down, let's see if they reach the bottom.
They do.
Do they reach the floor?
Yeah, if I go like this.
Oh, yeah? If you cheat, what happened to your eye here?
This is my birthmark.
Really?
It is, yeah, honestly.
I didn't see it in any of the...
My old man is about 6 foot tall. Nobody ever believes that, but it is. I was born upside down. And
really?
With my shoes on, too.
Yeah? I was watching that film clip over there, and the one thing, maybe I'm just because I'm a stickler or something, you had one piece of hair that kept coming over.
I know,
you're doing it, and I thought you were shaking your head to get it off and could never get it off. Were you trying to get it off? Right?
That happens to me every time I do a television show. This one little bit here just kind of sticks.
Does it? Oh, yeah, that's right. It does, too, even if you put it there. I was reading today about Detroit, Michigan. That's a pretty heavy rock town. I mean, isn't it the birthplace of Motown and all that business? And
yeah,
yet you chose to leave there.
It's got Motown, and it's also got most of the music industries from Detroit. Half the bands that are making it today, you got Ted Nugent, the Amboy Dukes, Brownsville Station, the MC5. There's millions of people. It's a very, very music-oriented city.
Well, why did you leave there? Why did you choose England, to leave there and go to England?
I was in bands from the time I was 14, and we were touring America all through the years and everything. And, 1970 it was, I decided to go solo. And at that time, I got an offer from an American record company to stay in America and make an album and be a star.
Yeah.
And I got
well,
an
that's
offer.
what they told you, anyway.
Yeah, that's what they told me. Yeah, I've heard that before. Yeah. And then I also got an offer to go to England. And I just chose to go to England. I ended up staying there. I was only supposed to go for 3 months, and that was 1971. It's now 1981, and I still live there.
Yeah, and on an estate now, they tell me. Yeah, you first went there, you had a small apartment. Now I saw a picture in the newspaper the other day, this beautiful estate with gates.
I wish I did have a small apartment. I lived in a room no bigger than this chair.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And the toilet was down the hall. It was terrible. Absolutely diabolically lonely.
Have to wait online to get in?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, it's lovely. What about the estate?
We have a manor house built in 1590.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Isn't that lovely?
It's great because my parents came to visit me about 2 months ago. And you know these old places, the walls are crooked and the floors are crooked and everything.
Yeah.
So my father woke up early with jet lag, and I came down early, and we're sitting in the kitchen talking, and he says, "Now, Susan, I want to have a serious talk with you." I went, "Yeah?" He said, "I just want to tell you, I don't know if you realize this or not, but the walls in this house are crooked."
He's worried thought you got a bad deal or something, right?
Yeah.
House is too old.
Yeah, right.
Has it changed your lifestyle, Susie, living in that sort of place?
Not at all, actually.
You don't feel like the Lord and Lady?
I could be a princess and it wouldn't change my lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm just exactly who I am. It makes a difference if I'm poor or rich.
Is the bikies thing a put on, or is it for real?
Well, I've been wearing leather for a long, long time now. I got my first leather jacket when I was about 12. I mean, I was like a tomboy kid, I didn't have dolls, I had soldiers. Yeah, it's true. My poor mother, I really feel sorry for her now when I look back. She was always so worried about me,
But the bike thing, last time you came here to Australia, I think you had the 8 million bikies hanging around you all the time.
Right, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with bikies, that's not what I'm saying. It just doesn't seem like...
There's a few waiting out there for you now.
Are they? Yeah. I'm going that way. No, I mean, it's just that they seem to like you, and it seems to be your style. You just bought a new bike.
Yeah, we just got given one, actually, from... You can't do advertisements on a show, can you?
Yeah, say what it is.
On Yamaha.
A Yamaha?
Yeah, 250.
We got a piano like that. You can drive that out of here if you want.
Right.
Yeah, I do. We want to do.
What sign are you?
The Scorpio.
Are you really?
Yeah, what are you?
A Gemini.
Yeah, we don't get along at all.
No.
It's not. The truth of the matter is my very best friend in the whole world. He is a Gemini. He lives in Los Angeles.
If you can get it together, it's a very, very valuable relationship.
But Geminis are 2 people, aren't
Yes.
they? I mean, you wake
You're
up in
only
the
talking
morning...
to one of me right now.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, bring out the other one.
All right.
No, I'm sorry.
She's in the dressing room.
Your husband is an ex-fighter.
Yes.
And but pretty strict with you. Again, I can only pick up things out of articles and things, but they were talking about you picked up a cigarette and he sort of slaps your hand and says, "No smoking, you're a singer."
Oh, yeah, he does. He tries to keep me not smoking, but whenever he's not around, I do occasionally.
You go and you sneak one or two.
Yeah, but if he's watching.
Yes. The Fonzie part, Fonzie, I shouldn't say that, the Happy Days role, of course, you played Leather Tuscadero.
That's right, yeah.
And I understand that they searched for a long time before they came upon you, yet you were still on the scene.
Well, they had the script for about 6 months. And this is what the producer told me, because I asked him, "Why did you choose me?" Because,
Right.
I mean, I wasn't an actress at this point. I was just a rock and roll singer. And he said that they looked high and low to find somebody. They needed a girl that was tough, but also sweet. And they needed that combination. They said all the girls they tried, we were the too tough or too sweet. So they looked and looked and looked. They couldn't find anybody. And the casting director's daughter had a picture of me on her bedroom wall from the Rolling Stone,
right, yeah.
And he walked into the room. It was funny. And he went, "Who's that?" And she said, "Suzi Quatro." And he went, "That's who we were looking for," without meeting me ever. So they called me up, and I was in Japan. And they said, "Would you fly over and audition?" So I said, "Would I?" I was on the plane in 2 seconds.
Of course you would.
And
yeah.
I went over.
Hit television series, you can.
Yeah, well, I wanted to do acting for a long time, and that was a part I knew I could do. When they said the show, I love the 50s, and they said it's a part called Leather Tuscadero. I said, "Gotta be for me, that one."
Yes, perfect.
And it worked out really well.
Yeah, and of course, working with him would be a pleasure too. He's a really great guy. Yeah.
The whole cast is fabulous.
Yeah,
I went in there and I said to them all, because it'd be very easy for me to come to them all big time,
Yeah.
which would be the natural thing to do for a lot of other performers. And I just said to them, "Look," I said, "I know you know me as a singer and all that, and I know that I sold lots of records and big deal." I said, "This is a new medium for me." I said, you hear me doing something wrong, you see me doing something wrong, please give me a hand because you're all professionals. And they couldn't have been more helpful.
Yeah, that's always the way to go. The Confessions of they give me a wind-up here because we've got to move along. We have a remote thing we're going to, and so we don't want to miss it. But I must talk to you really quickly about this now, and this is the most interesting part. You've written a book, which is actually a screenplay, called Confessions of a Survivor.
Yes.
But you want to play the lead in this thing. You're doing a real Sylvester Stallone here.
I figure it's cheaper than a psychiatrist.
Is it? Well, what's the story about it? Is it your real things out of your life?
Yeah, it's right the way from the beginning of my childhood, right the way up to about 1976, and I typed it out myself. And it's a very, very interesting thing. You got to see it. You got to read it. It takes just a girl and the way that she is and the way that she's brought up and the reason why she gets into the business and the reason why she's able to maintain in the business and all the reasons, all the emotions. It doesn't deal with all the dirt side of it because that to me is just boring.
Yeah. You want to be an actress, obviously.
I would like to get into it more, yeah. I mean, I never give up my singing. That's most of me.
Let me, I just have to say really quickly, and I'm not throwing any bobs here, but we should explain to a lot of people that there have been certain problems with you singing or not singing on the show. In case anybody is wondering why, I don't want them to think that we said no or you said no. It was just a series of problems that came up.
But when we come back to do a tour with the band, we'd love to come out and sing then.
Will you come here with the band and sing for us, please? Would you do that?
You can have earphones before we go.
I love it. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Suzi, Quatro, we'll be back to us to the dinner with Prince Philip. Hang in there. We'll be right back.